Mosdos Beis Halacha Tes. Ubro, a pregnant woman, she'ericho, that smells something good, and she therefore desires it. It's a situation that this is like a craving that she has. Lechlin shin lobos, no. You say softly into her ear. Now let's go to the Peirush. Ubro, a woman that is pregnant, she'ericho, and she desires to eat this item. You say into her ear, shiur Yom HaKippurim, it's Yom Kippur. In the Daito, if she doesn't ask anymore, is with this statement, mutav, then fine. If she is not calmed down, until she will be at ease. There's a Mishnah in Yuma, the Gemara is brought down that there was a situation of a pregnant woman that smelled something, desired it, and they came to Rebbe and said, what should we do? And he said, you should say into her ear, and her desire stopped. And Rebbe said, on this woman, obviously the desire seems to stem from the embryo. Even before I created you in your womb, I knew you, and this was the mother of Rabbi Yochanan. There's another situation where the Gemara tells us a similar situation, and she did not stop her craving, and the Gemara tells us that who was born from that situation? Acha was born from that situation. Thus we see it's not a proven fact, but maybe it'll help to stem the desire. If it doesn't work, though, one is obligated to give her to eat. The Rambam continues, the person who has become, because of his fast, he's considered he fainted, he's gone to a situation of danger. You give him to eat until his eyes become, it focuses again. If there's nothing available to feed him except for food which is forbidden, such as dead animals or rodents, you feed him. You don't seek out, run around finding something that he can eat, which is kosher. It's only if you don't have a choice. And this is found in Yom Gimel, that somebody who is overcome by his fast, it's called bulmus, and he can no longer see and he faints. You give him even things that are forbidden, usually to eat. And the Gemara explains, but however, that if you have a choice of two items, one of which is more forbidden than something else, then you give him that which is less forbidden. For example, fats, which is chorus, or nevela, which is malchus. And if he doesn't have anything else, you give him even something which has which is chorus. And so we find Hilchos Osor, the Rambam writes the same idea. And the Rae Gann Mishnah writes regarding Yom Kippur, the Rambam didn't say so. This halacha that you give him, the more you find him, when you do feed him, you have to choose that which is more lenient, because you rely on what he mentioned in Hilchos Osor. In Halacha Yadal, the Rambam writes that a pregnant woman that she wants to eat something which is forbidden, pig, or holy food, or you give it to eat from the soup, because the soup is only, according to the Rambam, the taste that went into the soup is not the same as the actual item. If she's now at ease, fine. If not, you give her less than a shiur of the item which is forbidden. If that doesn't help, you give her as much as she needs. This is in Yuma 82a. We learned, and we go through the same, that a pregnant woman who smelled the meat of heg kodesh, which is not allowed to be eaten by someone who's not a kohen, or pig, then you give her you take a little bit of a stick, or today would be a spoon, into the liquid, you put it on her mouth. If that's enough to take away her desire, fine. If not, you give her as much as she wants. The price increases, it says that they permitted a pregnant woman to eat less than a shiur because of sakona. So the more questions, if there's a sakona, you should give her as much as she wants. And the answer is that they only permitted less than a shiur so that you won't have a gazayas b'gdei achilus pras. According to the poskim, even a sick person that he needs to eat, you have to give him less than the shiur as much as possible so that he won't transgress on the shiur. It says, somebody has this bumus, which is a sickness or a weakness that comes because of fasting, and one of the proofs of it is that he can't see. You give him enough so that his vision returns. And if there's nothing permissible to be eaten, to be had, is you give him something that's even also forbidden to be eaten. If there are two types of forbidden items, one is more stringent than the other, you give him the one that has less stringency. The Machon Nesher is of the opinion that the Rambam would explain as well, has explained this in Hilchos Machon Nesher, and therefore here, in Shvisas also, he relies on what he said over there. The Rebbe Yehuda questions, why didn't the Rambam explain that you give him the lighter transgression in Shvisas also? Because according to the Rambam, first you learn Shvisas also, and it's before you learn about Machon Nesher. And he concludes that the Rambam did not write this law about the lesser being fed, the lesser forbiddenness being fed first here, because in Yom Kippur it's different, the Isur from the rest of the year. There's an Isur that the rest of the year is called lenient, and Yom Kippur it's called more stringent, and the other one is called more lenient, and he goes there to explain how can it be changed between Yom Kippur to the other days of the year. If you want to look at it, you'll find in Madura Kama or Chaim Simin Lamed Vov.